everybody? Welcome back to That's Debatable. Obviously, we have another story time, and this story is about the craziest fan I've ever met. So let's just get into it. I think I've referenced LA so much, guys, that it's not even funny, because when I tell you, when I lived in LA, it feels like it was a fever dream. It genuinely felt like a fever dream. Like I was in a twilight zone over there. There was something popping off, and that's why when I lived in LA, there was so much content coming out, and I guess that's why maybe people live there for the content purposes of it. But I felt like there was something happening all the time. And this specific time, and this has never happened to me. This has never happened to me where I've been put in a situation where one of my followers meet me in real life and they like press me. Like I've had some like awkward, I guess, encounters, because it's just like an awkward thing. It's not an awkward thing, but it's just like, you know, some people are a little bit more like me where they're like, it's a difficult time to come up to people. So I appreciate it every single time. And I know that I get a lot of comments of being like, oh my God, I saw you here, but I didn't want to say hi because I was scared. And I was like, okay, well, I don't bite. Like, I'm always going to be kind. I'm always going to be gracious. Like, if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be here today. So there's no way that I would ever look at you guys and be like, get the hell out of my face. I'm busy right now. Like, that's just not going to happen. But this specific time, I had to kind of like, it was weird because I was like, okay, I don't know how to even respond to you. I was living in LA and I was out with another one of my creator friends, and we decided to go to some bar, and it was just like this random rinky dinky bar. Like it was packed though. It was lit as I'm not even gonna lie. I don't even know what day it was, but everybody was out on the streets. And because I'm not from LA, I don't really know too much of the space, so I don't know where anything is. So it was the closest bar that was around. And we were having fun, we were living best life, we were talking to people, and you know, some people from follow me were coming up to the other person that I was with and being like, we love your videos. And again, always I'm like, oh, thank you so much, like that's so nice, like I appreciate you, like thank you so much, love you, sis. And whatever, we were drinking, we were just having a good time, and I think there's like an outside area, and we were going to head out to the outside area, and some girl bumps into me, like fully bumps into me. And I can tell that she's pretty drunk. Like I was like, oh, okay. Like I'm not going to get angry. Somebody's drunk. She bumps into me. I don't even think that she's aware that she just did that. And fully nudges me, and I like turn around and I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. And when I turn around, she's like, oh my God, you're Emely. And I was like, oh my God. Yes. I was like, I don't know what to respond to that. Like, whoa, like, yeah, it's me. Like, I don't know. And I was like, haha, yeah. She goes, I follow you. And I was like, oh, thank you so much. Like, I appreciate that. And then I'm thinking that's the end of the conversation. I leave, I sit down, I'm like having a good time. I'm having a conversation with my other friend. And then one of, I guess, her friends come up, because I guess she tells her like, oh, the girl that we follow on TikTok is here. So they come up, and her friends aren't as drunk as her, but they're like, oh my God, like she told us you were here. It's so nice meeting you. Like we love your content. We've been following you for so long. Da, 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 da. And I'm like, thank you. I appreciate that. Like, I'm just asking them what their names are, like if they live in LA, like just normal like conversation. And one of the girls is like, oh, we love your story time with, I don't even remember. Like at this point, there's so many stories on there that people will like say them back to me. And I'm like, girl, there was a point that I was posting a story every day. And I know people are like, oh, she lies about her stories. The reason I have so many stories is because I have journaled my life every day since I was like 9 years old. So whenever I'm like, I need a story, I'll just read through my diary. And I write like 3-4 pages of how my day went or something big that happened in that day. So that's why there were so many stories. And sometimes I'll just open my journal, read a story, and be like, okay, yeah, this is a good story that I can tell that story. Then it's a year later and I'm like, I completely forgot that I even said that. I need to like recount back to it, because there's just so much of it in there. It's literally like my account is my diary, basically. That's why I know stuff when I happen shit that happened when I was like 10 years old of like stories that I'm like, yeah, I remember that like happened today because I could just read it back, which is why you should always journal. Journaling is very good. And I was like, oh, like, I don't even remember. She was like a story. Oh, I do remember. It was a story where now that people know who my boyfriend is, I don't like, I feel like a little cringy going back and like telling our old like fight stories because people didn't know who he was at that point. But now that you guys do know who he is, it's like a little awkward now. But yeah, it was a story basically where I robbed his shoes. I robbed his shoes. I took his shoes because I was like, I was mad at him and I bought him the shoes and I was like, give me my shoes back, whatever, one of those. So I completely forgot that I told that story. And I was like, oh yeah, ha ha. I'm just laughing with her. And she's like, that story was so funny. Like I did something similar. And I was like, oh, that's crazy. And then her friend that bumped into me originally comes, like, is also there in the conversation. She goes, people test you all the time. And I was like, yeah, that's what happens when you work in retail. Like, people are going to get crazy with you, especially when you have so many years of retail. You have a plethora of stories that are never ending. And I'm like, yeah, but like, it is what it is. That's life. It teaches you how to deal with people. And I'm just trying to laugh it off. Like, try to find like the positive of it. Like, yeah, of course, people have come up to me and called me a bum ass bitch while I'm serving their table. People have thrown smoothies at me. They've done everything. Threatened to fight me. Like, the list goes on and on. She then starts getting aggressive. And she's like, no. Like, they always come up to you and you're such a bitch about it. And I was like, a bitch like, oh, I'm scared? Or like a bitch like, oh, F you, da-da-da-da. And I'm like, just again, trying to make this funny. And she goes, nah, like, you just let people walk all over you. Like, and you have so many followers that like, you're promoting that. Like, what's wrong with you? And I was like, what? I was like, again, I'm just trying to laugh at, and I'm looking at my creator friend, and this person's like, what is she saying right now? Like, it's you okay? Like, you're kind of testing her right now. And I was like, oh, but I was like, at the end of the day, you always want to deal, when people are throwing fire at you, you just want to blow it out with water. I was like, just deal with it off like water off a duck's back. It's okay. Like, people are going to test you. That's just human nature. That's life. And I was like, so it's fine. And she's like, no. Like, you're on your page and you're saying all this stuff and like people are coming after you. Like, I would have fought everybody. Like, you're so weak for that. And I was like, girl, what? I was like, right now, first of all, you're doing exactly what I tell the stories about. So I don't know if maybe like you want me to tell a story about you and that's why you're trying to test me. Because people have done that too in the past where they're trying to test me so that they can get a story told about them. And I'm like, this is crazy. And again, she's super drunk. So I'm like, she's just so drunk out of her mind that I don't even think she realizes like what she's saying right now. And her friend is like, let's call her like Clarissa. Her friend is like, Clarissa, stop. Like, stop, girl. Like, what are you doing? Like, you're kind of embarrassing us right now. And the girl starts apologizing to me, her friend. And she's like, I'm sorry. She's just so drunk. And I was like, no, it's okay. Like, maybe just get her some water. Like, just get her some water. Like, it's fine. So I look at my friend and I'm like, hey, why don't we go sit somewhere else? Because I feel like she's getting a little aggressive. Like, I don't know. Maybe she's just like an aggressive drunk. I don't know. But like, I really don't want to like fight with somebody right now. Like, I don't even know what she's trying to get at. So I get up, and as I get up and I'm starting to walk away, her friend comes up and gets in my face. And she's like, you're mad weak for that. Like, they're always pressing you and you never fight any of them. Like, that's so fucking whack. Like, why the hell aren't you like, that's so crazy. Like, they're always testing you. You just let people walk on you. And I was like, are you a fan or do you hate me? I was like, I don't know what. And I was literally taken aback. Like, I'm just trying to like be like, oh my God, okay. And I was like, girl, it's fine. I'm okay. Like, I'm okay. Like, I can defend myself. It's fine. I don't need to fight people to defend myself. I was like, I'm not a fighter. I don't like to fight. I don't like to fight. I just don't like to do it. It's not fun. Like, what do you really get out of fighting? If I hit you in the face, you hit me in the face, you're still going to be angry after the fact. Like, nothing gets solved out of fighting ever. So I'm like, girl, I'm okay. I was like, I can defend myself. I don't have to swing to defend myself. And she's like, nah, that's not how we do it over here. Like, that's not how it's happened. Like, yo, that's that. And again, she proceeds to start to get like in my face. And her friend is trying to be like, Clarissa, stop. Like, you're embarrassing us. Like, stop. And I'm like, no. Like, it's fine. Like, listen, I was like, yo, I think you need to just drink some water. I'm not trying to fight you. I'm sorry if my videos offend you. She goes, they don't offend me. They piss me the fuck off. And I was like, whoa. I mean, at least you're making them feel something. Like, I was like, okay, great. I was like, any reaction is a reaction. I was like, all right. I mean, slay. If I'm making you, if my stories are getting you to a point where you're getting so angry, then good. Like, I make these videos so that you feel something, and a lot of the time, I want you to laugh. Really, I want you to laugh. Like, I don't want you to get angry. I don't want you to get sad. I don't want you to pity me in any way, shape, or form. And that's why I was like, listen, girl, I was like, I don't make these videos for people to pity me. I was like, I just want to make you laugh. That's it. I'm just trying to get a little giggle out of y'all. Like, that's all it is. Don't look too much into it. And she's like, nah, like, learn how to fight. Learn how to fight. And I'm like, oh my God. So right when she says that, immediately I was like, oh, she's going to try to fight me. I was like, oh, this girl's going to try to fight me and I'm not going to try to fight her. Like, there's people here who like know me and like have come up to me and say that they like my videos. So now everyone is looking and now I'm getting a little embarrassed because again, I get like social anxiety coming out to like stuff like this. Like I didn't even want to, like I don't ever really go out without my group of friends. And at that point I'm living in LA, so none of them are there. So I'm like, again, actively trying to take part into normal society and go out and do these things. Just even though my friends, my support system, my safety blanket isn't there right now. So I'm like, so I look at her friend and I'm like, can you do me a favor? I think she needs to get some water. I think you need to sit her down. Like, I was like, girl, I'm not trying to fight you right now. Like, I was like, do you want me to fight you? Like, what are you trying to insinuate? And she's like, if I have to whoop your ass so that you know how people need to treat you, then sure, I'll do that. What? And I'm dumbfounded. I'm bamboozled. I'm like, and I look at her friend and I was like, yo, I think your friend is getting a little too aggressive and she's getting me mad. Like, for real, take her somewhere else. So her friend is trying to like get her up, but she keeps trying to like, she's like, don't touch me. Stop. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm just letting her know like how to defend herself. I'm just letting her know. That's it. Like, if she's gonna put that out there, like she has to be ready for people to come up to her and try to give her advice. And I was like, I understand that, my love, but you're not giving me advice. I feel like you're trying to like, I feel like you're mad at me, but you also want to be helpful all the while still trying to fight me. I don't know if you're trying to fight me to like teach me a lesson. I was like, I feel like this is weird now because like, are you my mom? Like, I was like, this relationship is just really confusing to me right now. I was like, are you even a follower of mine? Like, do you even like me? I was like, girl, I am so confused right now. I really don't know what you're trying to throw at me. And I was like, I feel like the only thing you're trying to throw at me is a punch. And then like, again, all the while, I'm trying to make this funny. Like, I'm trying to make the situation a little bit more lighthearted. And her friend is like, Clarissa, stop. Like, sit down. You're making her feel uncomfortable. And she's like, well, her videos make me uncomfortable. And I was like, that's so sad. I literally was like, oh my God. I was like, I'm so sorry. I was like, I don't know why. I was like, girl, it's fine. She's like, I don't like seeing when people get disrespected like you do. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, I don't know, maybe you watched like 1 or 2 videos of mine and like you felt some type of way or whatever. And I was like, girl, it's okay. It's fine. I'm okay. I was like, I've been disrespected, but like, I think I've handled it very accordingly to what it needed to be handled. I don't think that I needed to pop off and fight everybody. If not, I'd be fighting everybody every day of my life. Like, it's okay. You're good. And then again, she gets into my face. And then that's when I was like, all right, that's it. I'm done playing nice. And I looked at her, I was like, yo, you got to do me a favor right now. You got to get out of my face. Because at this point, you're making me feel uncomfortable. You're making me feel like I'm in some sort of danger. I don't know if you're about to hit me. I don't know what you have on me. And at the end of the day, like, I thank you for supporting me and thank you for like watching the videos. I appreciate that. And I will always be grateful for it. But as of right now, you're making me feel so uncomfortable. And quite frankly, you're pissing me off. Please step back. I don't know what you're trying to do here. I don't know if maybe you want me to tell a story about you. I mean, she got it. But I was like, I'm gonna need you to take it like 10 steps back. And then finally, another one of her friends come out and both of them like grab her and drag her back into the bar. And her friend comes out and she's like, I just want to apologize for my friend. Like, she just got a little too drunk. She gets a little aggressive when she's drinking, but she really does love your videos. Like, we really do love you. We send your TikToks to each other all the time. Like, I don't want you to think that like we hate you or anything. And I was like, no, it's nothing like that. I wanted to make sure that everybody was safe. Like, I didn't want to have to start a whole bar fight over here. Again, I'm not a fighter. That's not what I like to do. I just don't know. I can see that she's super inebriated, and you just never know what someone's going to do in that state of mind. You never know. And also, you just never know what people are carrying on them. Like, fighting is never. I'm so scared of fighting because I don't know what people carry on them. Like, all the way down from like pepper spray to I hear people carry mace on them. Like, I'm not trying to get mace in the middle of this bar in Inglewood, California. Like, no, thank you. It's okay. Because that's where we lived at that point in Inglewood. So I was like, I don't really know the streets, so I'm just walking around. And again, I'm like cautious because I'm in a new surrounding and I don't know where I'm at. And she's like, no, it's fine. Like, she's like, no. Like, I just really want to, like, give me my apologies. Can we buy you a shot? Can we buy you, like, da-da-da? And I was like, girl, honestly, no, it's fine. It's okay. Like, I understand. Just make sure your friend is good. Make sure she gets some water. Like, just definitely don't buy her a shot. Definitely do not buy her a shot. Like, she doesn't need any more. It's fine. And the night continues. And my creator friend at that point, like, so kind and so gracious, because once they saw that something was happening, they stepped in the middle of it and they're like, you guys need to like leave. Like, you guys need, and this person's, I don't want to say, because I don't know if they want to be like involved in it, but this person's like very much bigger than me. So they were like, you guys need to step away. Like, right now you're making us feel really uncomfortable. Like, we don't know what you guys are trying to get at. Like, please, like, do you mind if we can just have like a night for us too? Like, we're sorry about your friend. We're sorry if we did anything to like get her mad. Because then she was also pressing them. And she was like, in your videos, why do you talk about da-da-da? And then I was like, oh my God, like, I don't know where you're trying to get out of this. So we were just like, can you just please like make sure she's safe? If you guys need us to call you an Uber, we'll call you an Uber. But like, just please let us have like, please just leave us alone, essentially. And then they did, and the girl was like so apologetic, and I felt so bad because you could tell that she was like mortified by what her friend was saying. And that's why I was like, I'm not going to start bugging out on this girl because like obviously like I don't think that she even knows what she's saying. And I think that her friend is like so embarrassed of like, girl, like we came up to her and we were trying to give her flowers, and now all of a sudden you're looking at her and be like, I'm going to punch you in the face to teach you a lesson. And you know what's so funny too is like as the night continued, like I don't know where they went, but I went to go to the bathroom and that girl was like throwing up. And I was like, oh, I've been there. I was like, girl, I've been there. And I got her water and I was like, here, girl, like, didn't even remember anything that happened. And I was like, good. Because at the end of the day, I don't want you to wake up the next day and be like, oh my God, what the hell did I just do? But yeah, no, that was the craziest. Honestly, it wasn't even just like annoying. It was more scary more than anything of realizing like, oh my God, people can have like their preconceived notions about you without even knowing you. And if I'm sure there's people that don't like me. I'm sure there's people that have seen my videos that like genuinely have like such a distaste for me. Have yet to meet them. I don't even know if this even counts as one because I just think that she was just like drunk and trying to I guess like pity me in the sense of like, why do people come like test you so much? But like, I don't know. It just scared me so much so that I'm like, I would never want somebody to come up to me. Again, if you don't like somebody, why would you ever come up to them and say something to them? But people are crazy, so you never know. But it put it into like perspective of things. Potentially people really can wish harm upon you. And that's the next conversation I had with like the creator friend that I was with, that I was just like, that is so scary. And this person had their own examples of just like, yeah, I've had people that literally have come up to me and like thrown shit at me because they hate me so much. And I'm like, why would people care so much? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. If you don't like somebody, you just go upon your day. Like, even if I don't like somebody in my own personal life, I'm not going to try to make their life a living hell. I'm just going to continue on with my day. I'm not going to purposely throw something at them. Well, that's not true. I've thrown stuff at people. But that's because you got me to that point. That's different. But if it's just like that person's doing nothing and I just don't like them, I'm not going to go and bother their day because for whatever reason I don't like them. I don't know. It was a crazy thing. And I'm sure so many other people have had like crazy things. Again, one main thing that I always ask is like, don't ever like touch me unprovoked. Like I've had people do that too, where they come up to you and they'll give you like the hug, but they kind of are like choking you out. Like, don't do that. Like, that is like scary. And I think with this example, it kind of brightened my eyes. Not brighten my eyes, but open my eyes to the dangers of what really can happen when you have a good amount of people following you and everybody has their own opinion of you and they can do whatever they want with that opinion. And that's really scary. So make sure next time y'all are coming up to your favorite celebrities or artists or whatever it may be. Because when I meet people that I adore and I love, I always keep it very here and here. Like, I love you so much. I enjoy your content. I love your music, whatever it may be. But I never get in people's face. Even if I don't like, you just don't get in people's face. Like, that's just, you're impeding on like the boundaries of my personhood right now. Like, this is my space. And that was probably the craziest, like, I don't even like to call fan experience. I don't know, that sounds crazy. But craziest, like, audience experience or person that watches me experience. I don't know. It was just a little scary. It was a little, woo. Didn't make me feel great. Didn't make me feel great. But also, at the end of the day, I give her the benefit of the doubt. She was probably just super drunk. Didn't even realize what she was saying. And I don't really think that she meant, like, was trying to fight me. I just think, like, in her drunk mind, that was her way of being like, I'll defend you to the end of time, which I appreciate always. But it just didn't come out like that. I was just like a little, honestly, more than anything, I was just scared. I was like, oh my God, like, let's take it a step back. But yeah. And also, don't take this as like, I don't like meeting you guys, because I very much do. I think it's such an honor and like a blessing to have people watch me and care about me enough to even have an opinion about me. So anytime people want to come up to me and say, hey, I love your videos, or hey, I love you, or whatever it may be, it doesn't fall short on me. I appreciate it so much, and I'm so grateful for it every single time, because I don't know, this is a dream come true, and I don't take that for granted. Just don't try to fight me. That's crazy. Like, that's absolutely bonkers. Like, don't get in my face. Don't give me a chokehold hug. Like, if you want a hug, ask for it. Like, I'll give you a hug. Just don't run up to me and like grab me or get in my face or say that like I'm gonna punch you in your face to teach you a lesson. That's a little crazy, but I don't think I mean, I thought that goes without saying, but clearly it doesn't. So, and even if you're drunk, girl, it's fine. I'll get drunk with you. I'll buy you a shot. Just don't get aggressive with me, because I get scared. I don't like doing it. I know I have a lot of story times of it. And like when people test me and I get crazy, and it's like, but that's like when you push me to a certain point. And at that point, once you get me there, there's no turning back. I just see red. But it takes a lot for me to get there. And I don't want to have to do it. Like, if you want to get drunk and you want to come over here and be like, yo, what's up? Okay, cool. I'll do it. I don't care. That's fine. I'll buy you a shot. But don't try to fight me. That's crazy. I'd never want to fight nobody, especially a stranger. Like, girl, if I don't want to fight the people who have actually done harm to me in my actual life, what makes you think I want to fight a stranger? Especially a stranger that knows me off the internet. Like, that's a little crazy. But that's the video for today. That was my craziest fan experience. And yeah, always, thank you guys so much for even watching. Again, wouldn't be here without you guys. I appreciate you guys, every single one of you. Even though I may not be able to meet every single one of you, I can't fathom what over 5 million people look like in my head. So I'm appreciative for every single one of you guys. Just don't try to fight me. That's it. Moral of the story, just don't do it. Please don't do it. I get scared. Don't make me run away from you screaming. Like, ah! That's so embarrassing. Don't do it. I'll see you guys, though. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. If you're listening on Spotify, thanks for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget, like, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Download the episode if you're on Spotify. And yeah, love you guys. Bye.